In this video, I'm going to be sharing an essential oil blend that can help you to reduce hot flashes, joint and muscle pain, as well as improve or boost your mood. Now, if you're brand new here, hello and welcome. My name is Jasmine. I'm an integrative nutrition health coach who helps women to balance their hormones naturally. So the blend that I'm going to be sharing with you actually comes from a study that I came across a few years ago. So in that study, they worked with 52 women. So this is a very small study, okay? They worked with 52 women who had different menopause related symptoms. So they had one or more of these symptoms, which are hot flashes, insomnia, nervousness, tingling, burning, or numbing sensations, feelings of deep sadness or gloom, vertigo, weakness, joint or muscle pain, headaches, palpitations, and lastly, sensation of insects crawling on the skin. So those were basically the symptoms that they worked with and were looking for as part of this study. Okay, so in the study there were two groups. So those 52 women were now split into two groups. The first group got a 30-minute massage once a week for 8 weeks, and that massage used an essential oil blend. And the other group did not get any treatment. They just went along with their regular daily routine. So at the end of those 8 weeks, what the study found is that there was a noticeable improvement in all of the symptoms, but in particular, the symptoms that really did improve the most were the hot flashes, the joint and muscle pain, as well as the feelings of sadness and gloom. Okay, so those were the three that were most noticeably improved by this remedy or this treatment. So let's first talk about how to make this and which oils and which ingredients that you're going to need. And then we're going to talk about why these oils potentially are providing the results that they are. Okay, so to make this recipe, they basically used lavender, rose geranium, rose, and jasmine oil. So they used those four oils in a 4:2 to 1:1 ratio. I'm going to put everything up on the screen, so don't worry about that. And it was diluted to 3%. Now for the dilution or for the carrier oils, they used a combination of almond oil and evening primrose oil. Okay, so 10% evening primrose, 90% almond oil. So to make this blend, this is the actual recipe that you're going to use. So I basically went through the study and did my best to do the conversions for you. So this is based on you using a 10 milliliter roller bottle. Okay, so for that you're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of evening primrose oil, 5 drops of lavender, 2 drops of rose geranium, 1 drop of rose, and 1 drop of jasmine. Okay, so you'll put all of those into your roller bottle, and then you will just top it up with almond oil. Then you can seal, give it a little bit of a shake and roll between the palms of your hand just to get it to mix all together, and you've got your blend ready to go. Now, as far as how to use this, now like I mentioned in the study, those ladies got a massage. So that massage was actually upper body. It was abdomen, back, and arms. So now in your case, you're at home yourself. So since you're putting this in a roller bottle, you could still use it to do a self massage in your upper body. You could certainly also do it around your neck and shoulders, for example. And then another option would actually be to apply it to the bottoms of your feet, because I actually came across some information showing that there had been a study done a while back that used clary sage and geranium oil, and that applying both of those oils on the bottom of the feet was specifically beneficial for reducing hot flashes. Because again, this is more of a systemic thing, so that is probably why applying it to the bottom of the feet can be helpful. But certainly wherever in the body you apply, you're still going to be absorbing it, because whatever we put on the skin, a certain percentage of that is absorbed. So feel free to, like I said, either do a self massage or just do more on the upper neck and shoulder area and see how it works for you. Let's talk about the specific oils that are used and why they could be beneficial. Okay, so starting first with lavender. Now, lavender is an oil that's actually been shown to reduce the frequency of hot flashes just with inhalation. So there was another study that showed that just inhaling it twice a day could reduce frequency. And then of course, lavender is known for creating more of a sense of relaxation and also to helping to boost your mood. So in terms of being able to reduce those feelings of sadness and gloom that the study mentioned, that's probably why lavender that was included in the blend that they used. Okay, now the next oil is rose geranium. So this basically the family of geranium oil. So geranium oil may potentially be helpful when it comes to stimulating the body's production of estrogen. So this is really the main potential benefit here, is stimulating the body's production of estrogen and helping that balance, which can kind of fall off during menopause. Okay, and in addition, it is also quite a relaxing and at the same time also uplifting essential oil, right? So that's potentially why it provides the benefits that it does. Now the next oil is rose oil. So rose oil is actually quite similar in some ways to rose geranium. So it also may be helpful in stimulating the production of estrogen, as well as just helping to relax you and to boost your mood. And that again is going to help with the nervous system, calming the nervous system, and that can play a role when it comes to hot flashes, and of course when it comes to mood and even things like pain, because more tension can also intensify any kind of physical pain. Okay, so that's rose oil. And then the last essential oil in the blend, which is jasmine. So that one has an interesting combination of potential benefits. So some of those may include boosting libido, easing depression and anxiety, improving sleep quality, and of course just being anti-inflammatory, which by the way, all the other ones, the other essential oils also have some degree of anti-inflammatory properties to them as well. Now the last ingredient I'm going to talk about is the evening primrose oil. Now this one is interesting for its inclusion here, because this one has been tested when it comes to menopause, but usually it's been studied really when you are taking it internally as a supplement. So if you're supplementing with evening primrose oil, it has been shown to help reduce hot flashes. So that's been studied. Now, of course, when we apply something on the skin, it's not going to be exactly the same as when we take it in internally, but at the same time, we do know that topical application again can provide internal relief. I mean, it's basically one of the reasons why if we have pain anywhere on the body, we could take something internally, but we could also apply something on the skin, and we are able to absorb a certain amount of what we apply on the body, and that can provide relief. So from that angle, potentially just applying the evening primrose oil on the skin might, again, blended with all the other ingredients, might provide some additional relief during menopause and help with things like hot flashes and the pain, as well as your overall mood. Okay, so I just wanted to share this video or this information with you guys because I thought it was interesting. Now, of course, one thing to keep in mind is that this was not a perfect study. For one, the sample size was very small. It was only 52 women, and then they split them into two groups, which means only half of them actually experienced the essential oil treatment. So we'd have to really get something that was done more with a larger scale of women, and also with more controls in place, right? To know exactly how effective this could be, maybe even comparing this with some other remedies. There's no telling how this compares with other treatments for menopause. But nonetheless, it's something I came across and I thought you might find that interesting, so I wanted to share it with you. Now, before I wrap up, I do want to mention one potential substitution that you could do. So if you cannot find rose geranium oil, you could potentially just use regular geranium oil. And in fact, when I first shared this recipe, I shared it on Pinterest, and I mistakenly shared it as just geranium oil instead of rose geranium. Okay, and somebody did go ahead and make the blend, and she just used regular geranium, and she still left positive feedback. So she said that even though her hot flashes were not completely gone, she definitely had improvement. So if for some reason you can't find rose geranium oil is definitely easier to find. Now, in the description section below, I have left links for where you can buy all the ingredients that you would need to make this blend. And if you do go ahead and actually make it and use it for yourself, I would appreciate it if you came back and left your feedback in the comments section, whether it was positive or negative, because it will definitely help anybody else that watches this video in the future to know how this actually works in a real life setting. Okay, so I hope that you found this information helpful, and if you did, please go ahead and share it with any other women that would benefit from it. And of course, if you have questions or comments of any kind, share them below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.